Good evening. So the purpose of this little video is to just demonstrate a real quick note on how to go ahead and use the color sensor if you're using it for the lines and such. So the important thing to note is that you do not have a Lego color sensor. We are using the HiTechnic one. So when you go to set up your robot, you need to go to Motions and Sensors Setup, and it's HiTechnic Color. If you don't have this menu here, you need to go under Sensor Management and make sure that you've selected Allow Sensors from HiTechnic. Once you've done that, you should get the normal pragma we have up here, and we can go ahead and continue. So I've written a very tiny program. Basically I set up a quick variable. The only reason I do this is so that it appears down here. It's a little easier to read rather than running it out to the screen because I'm shooting this for YouTube. I set x equal to the sensor value. So I can read it down here, and then I add 0 to it because if I don't, then I get some warning messages that I don't want to have to scroll out of the video. So this line of code is obviously useless, but there for convenience. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. And what you'll see is I'm currently reading a value of 2. I currently have that color sensor over the blue tape that is for people. If I move the robot back onto my white table I'm working on, I get a value of 12. It might be more of a gray. You might get a little higher value. You have to check it out. It depends a little bit on how high the robot is off of the ground. And when I put it over the red electrical tape, I get a value of 9. So the kind of goes by the rainbow. Your values might vary a little bit by here, but you should be able to very quickly write a similar program, take your laptop down to the lounge, double check what values you get based on your exact geometry, and use this inside your while loops to control what step of the program you're on. The one thing I would recommend that you do is try not to read the same sensor in more than one task. So if you are going to look for the victims in a subtask, go ahead and do your comparison for both the victims and the red line there. And if you find the color red, set a global variable, change it from false to true, and then in your main loop, just read that global variable. If you try to read the sensor twice at the same time, you can kind of mess up the digital communications. And so this is just a slightly safer way of going. Have a great night.